It's Sergei Demyanchuk in the red, the referee in charge tonight to send us on our way here in the Eastern Conference quarterfinal. Pittsburgh and Detroit City. Here we go. Through for Dikwa, has some support as well. Bursting through the middle, it's Kizza. Tries to float it that way, taken down Kizza, nodded back to Steinwasser, and the free kick is granted. Is there a card attached to it?
Having to do a lot of recovery and defending early on. I'd like to see Detroit settle themselves in a little bit more, not expose themselves for these counters. Absolutely a yellow card. I agree with that decision from the ref.
Pace of Williams gets by Farrell, has some help cleared out by Dos Santos, and a yellow shown. It's maybe one worth taking, because if he doesn't take him out, tied the game in the 90th minute to force extra time. In extra time, down 2-1, tied it in the 116th minute, and then the 10th round of penalties scored the winning penalty. Loose poor clearance, Dikwa blocked! Amumensa tries to get it clear and does. Nightmare of a clearance effort.
It's a good cross in, unlucky on the clearance here.
Here's Steinwasser. It's a nervy first 20 minutes on the goal kicks, but gets this one clear with no trouble. Blasted right back down that way by Ordonez. A career in Nice up entirely before the move to USL Championship for this club. Amumensa floats it from Morris. Team leader with 7 goals this year lays it off for Williams, and it's just wide. Slowly bouncing. Awkward a hit, but it had Jamali Waite scrambling.
Amumensa starts this attack. The left defender finds himself in the midfield on the right side. Missed clearance here from Pittsburgh. It's a good back. Don't want to be gifting chances, especially with so much on the line.
Detroit City FC went on the road to Memphis in the opening round last year and gave them all they could handle. It took a 72nd minute goal by Memphis to finally break through. Yazid Matthews, who's available on the bench tonight for Detroit City FC, equalized 5 minutes later. And just when you thought that game was headed for extra time, and who knows what comes with that once you get into that territory, Memphis scored in the 88th minute, and then exclamation point when Detroit City had to open up, scored again 90+4. 3-1 finish, but much closer than that scoreline indicated last year. Dos Santos, maybe one last chance to stride it out here for Pittsburgh. 7 seconds of stoppage time to go. Guided to the sideline, Detroit City's ball. That should do it here in half number 1.
If you're Maxi Rodriguez, you're the attacking player. You see that hand on the ball, you see that hand coming off the ball. You're trying to create your team any different type of opportunity. So, you know, I don't fault the attacking player for trying to get a foot in there. If anything, I think that Pittsburgh was in the wrong for the way that they reacted.
See, there's one of those big dinner boats coming now in the distance. Flicked on, and Jamali Waite. Keep it in.
Oh, yeah.
Almost.
They're not going to like that.
To a fault, actually, almost. Helped create an issue afterwards. And that's actually official now. Finishes 1-1 through 90. Our first bonus soccer is actually the first game of the postseason. Louisville, Memphis. Going an extra 30 minutes tonight. We are 23 minutes away from that same fate ourselves. Dos Santos. Griffin nods it back in.
Can you try to get a toe poke in that situation? You know that you're attacking with a head full of steam. Can you do anything you can to get a shot on goal? Maybe a little toe poke, but there's a good run there by Williams.
All right, back the other way, looking for Kizza. Edward Kizza around the keeper and around the post.
Bit of back and forth action here. On the one side, you have Williams going down in the box, and on the other side here, they're able to counterattack quickly. Kizza does a good job of finding himself on the back shoulder of the center back, but credit to the goalkeeper there, Steinwasser. He does a good job of making it hard for Kizza. He has to try to round him. It's a difficult angle for him there. He does a good job closing down, making life difficult for
Bob Lilly, who goes to his bench first. Robbie Mertz, Tola Shawunmi are up and ready, have ditched the warm-up tops and are now standing next to Bob Lilly, receiving their final instructions.
You know, it seems like they're kind of forcing the issue a little bit there. That's an opportunity to get the ball wide. That's your bread and butter. Use your width. That's Pittsburgh's bread and butter, to use their width to their advantage. So you don't need to force the issue. You don't need to force these balls in between those lines where the goalkeeper's able to gather the possession and kind of wipe out the attack that you have. Get that ball wide. You have the man making the run. Get it wide. Give him the opportunity to get the ball into the box for you, as opposed to trying to force the issue right down the middle of the field. Can they get numbers behind, in front of the goalkeeper so Waite's not able to come gather the possession? Can they take advantage of this opportunity?
Rutz, delivery. It's loose after the header from Matthews was snapped down. A chance again for Rouge to deliver. Headed away. Back out for Gasso. The ball had eyes, and it found the net. Detroit City's ahead.
Of a strike through traffic. Detroit players doing a great job getting out of the way so the goalkeeper can't see it. Perfect strike to the far post. Look at that. You cannot hit a ball better than that.
This would be the fourth time an 8 seed pulls off this opening round upset San Diego in the opening round when San Antonio had the bye. So that's why the distinction again between 7 and 8 seeds doing it ever since 2016. This would be the 11th time a 7 or 8 had that opening round upset. And could see both in one night, by the way, in the East, because it's still 1-0 Birmingham on the road against 2 seed Tampa Bay. So how about that? We could see 1 and 2 fall on the same night, possibly, here in the East. Still plenty of time here, though, and a load of time there. Biasi on the turn. Floats it through. Ibarra snaps it down. No trouble for Steinwasser. There's a world where that Eastern Conference final does exist, I'm sure. Chip through toward Deke with a header, punched away by Steinwasser. You knew he'd have to make one more save at some point, and he does there. Now it's out for a corner.
He does a good job moving his feet, keeping himself active. Look how he moves his feet to make the save, even with a little bit of a slip, stays with it, able to stick his hand out. This ball from Deke had absolute eyes for the corner of the net. We have playoff chaos going on here, but what a big-time save from the keeper. That ball had eyes for the back of the net.
Mertz, Dequap, still loose on the turn. Shawunmi ball still loose, kept out by Steinwasser. Still loose, and now set wide. Another corner coming.
Steinwasser up to the task so far late. He deals with a little bit of slips, goes to move his feet. Big-time save here, and does a good job here. Staying tall, staying up, keeping his body big. Never easy. He's called into action 2 times here in the 93rd minute. Work's not done yet.
Driven ball again from the corner. Dequap heads it the wrong way, tried to keep it alive for Blackstock. They'll settle things here, Langston Blackstock. Floats it ahead. This might be the last chance here for the Riverhounds. Shawunmi cuts in. Shawunmi delivers. The header from Obregon is over the bar. And that could be it with 15 seconds remaining.
It's another good ball in from Shawamba. He's had about 3 or 4 of them since subbing into the game. Just a little bit over the top.
Steinwasser launches it. All eyes now on Demianchuk. There's the whistle. Detroit City FC have their first ever USL Championship playoff victory, and the #1 overall seed is done.